obstacles, bad wheels. He's trying to get her there. There is not a good man in this room who is not trying to get who you love there. You are trying to get them there. Over rough road, potholes, snakes, treachery, with substandard equipment sometimes, poor education sometimes, little opportunities sometimes didn't have a father yourself and you are still trying to get them over the road. Over the road. We don't dance as much as you dance. We don't shout as much as you shout. We don't leap as high as you leap, because a good man is trying to get you over the road. And in order to get the family over the road, he has to sit with the horses. But his wife, Rachel, his love, is in the wagon. Notice they are in the same vehicle, but they have two different places. They're going through the same thing, but from two different positions. And his dilemma is, in order to have progress, I got to be up here with the horses. Come on. And I'm sitting here with the horses, working on progress. But behind me, I hear pain. I hear the wailing of Rachel. And the dilemma of the man up front is that if I manage to have progress, I do it by not being present. And if I am present with you, then I have to leave the horses and give up the progress. Nobody gonna back me up, that's all right. The dilemma that he now faces: do I stay with the horses, though I hear the love of my life crying in the wagon? Or is this a be there moment and I'm back in the wagon? But Rachel, if I'm in the wagon, we're not going forward. And if I'm going forward, then you tell me I'm not there. The problem with being a father is that you cannot drive the horses and hang out in the wagon. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. If I hang out in the wagon, the horses stop. And if I hang out with the horses, then your respect for me stops, because you say I'm not there for you, even when you need me to. So it's hard to be a man, because I'm afraid if I don't get us there soon, if I don't get us to Ephrata by a certain time, if I don't get us to Ephrata by 40, if I don't get us to Ephrata by 45, if I don't get us to Ephrata by 36, I'm getting older, if I don't get us to Ephrata by 50. You see, success has a time limit on it. It's got a shelf life to it. There's an emergency going on. I've got to get us to Ephrata by a certain time. I hear you screaming in the back, but I'm driving the horses, and I'm driving as hard as I can, and I'm fixing my own car to save money, and I'm wearing the same clothes to save money, and I'm going through what I'm going through, and I'm letting people talk to me like a dog at work because I'm trying to get us there. I'm trying to get us there, baby. Baby, I'm trying to get us there. Meanwhile, in the back of the wagon, Rachel was having a hard time. And Jacob was not there. It implies that Jacob was not there because in the throes of labor, she names a baby that he has to rename. The reason I chose this text is for one little phrase. The Bible says that they were yet a little ways from Ephratah. They were almost there. Almost there. Almost got the house. Almost got the family together. Almost got out of debt. There's so many men in here who are almost there. The problem is they were yet a little ways from Ephratah when she lurched in the final lurch of labor and birthed her baby short of Ephratah. And he was trying to get her to Ephratah because Ephratah, sometimes called Bethlehem, is the house of bread. And if he could just get her to Ephratah, it would be okay. She'll then understand why I wasn't in the wagon when we get the house paid off. She'll see what I was trying to do. And I got it planned now. Jackie, I got it planned. I got it planned. If I ride all night, if I work overtime, if I preach and work and preach and work and preach and work and work and preach and do this and go to church and then get up Monday and go and do what I got to do, if I drop the kids off like you need me to and then run over to the job and work overtime and then come back, I got it planned that if we do this 3 years, baby, we're going to do this 3 years, we're going to get there. I got it all figured out in a year and a half. We're going to pay off the car and we're going to get, but they were yet a little ways from Ephratah. Guilty with the struggle that every man in this room that's a father has had. Do I move them forward? Is that the best use of me? Or do I mingle amongst them? Because every time I stop to mingle with the family, I stop the movement. And every time I make the movement, I'm not there for the mingling. Every man in this room who's ever felt like that, stand on your feet. Now, I am not Essence Magazine. I'm not Women Today. I'm not a periodical. But if you want to know what is worrying you, when you ask him what he's thinking about and he says nothing, look around you. I just told you what he's thinking about. Thank you, you can sit down. He's thinking, how can I drive the horses and be in the wagon? How can I support what you're trying to do and fund what you're trying to do? How can I show up and work the overtime that it takes to make it possible for you and the kids to do it? So some men are very present, but broke. He hangs around all the time. He shows up for everything. He's there whenever you need him to do. He's there, Johnny on the spot, but he don't have a $5. And he got that from Mama and them. And when you get sick of him, you say, you're not a man. You don't bring nothing in this house. And the other guy, he makes the money, but he's never home. And neither one of them feel happy. They just feel torn. Because it's either the horse neighing or it's the family crying. And you're running back and forth between the horses. How y'all doing? How the kids doing? You say the school books got to be paid by September? Okay. And while he was trying to get the money for the taxes, for the insurance, for the school, for the class reunion, something happened in the wagon. Rachel lurched, and the baby died. And Jacob said, "We were almost there, baby. We were almost there."